Hello and a very warm welcome to each one of you. And today we are back after the Shahra. I am truly thrilled to have each one of you. And we are going to continue with our chapter, that is chapter number 17. अभी तक हमने जो पढ़ा है, let me very briefly share that with you. इसके अंदर हमने पढ़ा है रेफरेंसेस क्या होते हैं। रेफरेंसेस होते हैं कोई भी आपकी जिंदगी में बार बार चीजें जो रीअकर होती हैं, राइट। जैसे कि आपकी बार बार जो आपको एक्सपीरियंसेस होते हैं, जो बार बार अपने आपको स्टोरी सुनाते हो, द एविडेंसेस वी हैव कलेक्टेड इन लाइफ इज इक्वल टू रेफरेंसेस। अगर फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर मैंने ये एग्जाम्पल कल इन द लास्ट सेशन भी दिया था, दैट इफ यू हैव सक्सीडेड इन एग्जाम बिफोर, दैट बिकम्स अ रेफरेंस दैट आई कैन लर्न एंड अचीव। और अगर आपने किसी एग्जाम को फेल किया है एंड यू केप्ट फोकसिंग ऑन इट फॉर अ सर्टेन पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, दैट कुड बिकम अ लिमिटिंग रेफरेंस कि आई एम नॉट गुड एट स्टडीज। ठीक है, दिस इज वन थिंग दैट वी स्टडीड। एंड देन वी स्टडीड अबाउट जो रेफरेंसेस होते हैं वो न्यूट्रल होते हैं। हम लोग उसको, हम जो भी उसको मीनिंग देते हैं, दैट मीनिंग गिव्स इट द पावर। एक्सपीरियंसेस, रेफरेंसेस जो होते हैं, दे आर एक्सपीरियंसेस। एक्सपीरियंसेस कोई भी गुड या बैड नहीं होता है। हम उसको जो भी परसीव करते हैं, जो भी हम मीनिंग देते हैं, जो भी हम उसकी स्टोरी बनाते हैं, दैट इज व्हाट मेक्स इट एम्पावरिंग और डिसएम्पावरिंग। ठीक है, उसके बाद हमने बात की थी कि रेफरेंसेस कम फ्रॉम मेनी सोर्सेस। एक हमारे को आती है चार सोर्सेस के, तीन या चार सोर्सेस के बारे में बात करी थी। एक होता है वॉचिंग अदर्स, हमारे रोल मॉडल्स होते हैं, हमारे मेंटोर्स होते हैं, हमारे पेरेंट्स होते हैं, हमारे टीचर्स होते हैं, हमारे फ्रेंड्स होते हैं। दूसरा आता है फ्रॉम स्टोरीज एंड टीचिंग्स, दैट इज हम बुक्स देखते हैं, पढ़ते हैं, हम फिल्म्स देखते हैं, हम लोग भागवत गीता या गुरु ग्रंथ साहिब, मतलब कि रिलीजियस बुक्स पढ़ते हैं, स्क्रिप्चर्स पढ़ते हैं, उन सब से हमारे को रेफरेंसेस मिलते हैं। एंड थर्ड इज, दैट इज वेरी पावरफुल, दैट इज इमेजिनेशन एंड विजुअलाइजेशन। दैट उसके अंदर क्या होता है, फ्यूचर रिहर्सल। आपको, you visualize yourself in the future and you learn from that, you take references from that। ठीक है, उसके बाद हमने पढ़ा था जितना रेफरेंस होगा जिस चीज के लिए, उतना ही स्ट्रॉन्गर हमारा बिलीफ बन जाएगा। इसके अंदर हमने बात करी थी टेबल लेग के बारे में। एक टेबल टॉप जो होता है, दैट इज अ बिलीफ दैट वी हैव, एंड उस बिलीफ के नीचे जितनी, उस टेबल टॉप के नीचे जितनी लेग्स लगती जाएंगी, उतना ही वो स्ट्रॉन्ग होता जाएगा बिलीफ। अगर इफ आई एम सेइंग आई एम ऑसम, इफ आई हैव अनलिमिटेड, आई हैव मल्टीपल रीजंस कि why I am awesome. So for example, again I'm saying I am awesome and I'm giving 10 reasons why I am awesome, that those are the 10 legs, references, experiences, any stories that I keep on telling myself ki ha, this is why I am awesome. And on the other hand, if I am I'm saying that I am a failure in life and I have 20 references to it, so which will be a belief that is much stronger, the one that I am a failure. And इसके उल्टा हो जाए कि अगर मेरे पास एज अ फेलियर के दो ही रेफरेंसेस हैं एंड एज एंड आई एम ऑसम के 10 है, तो विच विल बी अ स्ट्रॉन्गर बिलीफ, दैट आई एम ऑसम विल बी अ मच स्ट्रॉन्गर बिलीफ। दिस इज व्हाट वी रेड अबाउट दैट। एंड उसके बाद हमने पढ़ा था कि हम जो कलेक्ट करते हैं न्यू रेफरेंसेस, कॉन्शियसली चूज कर सकते हैं, इंस्टेड कि हमारी लाइफ हमारे को रैंडमली, हम लोग हमारे रैंडमली क्रिएट ऑन बिलीव्स, वी कैन सीक आउट एंड स्टैक एम्पावरिंग रेफरेंसेस दैट अलाइन विद हु वी वांट टू बिकम। ठीक है, इसके लिए आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा, बुक रीडिंग क्लब आप ज्वाइन कर सकते हो, बिकॉज वी आर रीडिंग वेरी पावरफुल बुक्स हियर, है ना। और जब जब आप यहाँ पे आते हो, आप बार बार अपने आप को एवरीडे बेसिस पे यू आर टेलिंग योरसेल्फ कि आप कमिटेड हो अपनी ग्रोथ के लिए, राइट। यू आर अ कंसिस्टेंट रीडर। एंड वैसे बाय द वे आपको बताऊं तो जो भी हाईली सक्सेसफुल पीपल हैं, दे मेक श्योर दैट दे रीड एवरी सिंगल डे। ठीक है, एनीवे, मूविंग बैक टू रेफरेंसेस, हम कॉन्शियसली कलेक्ट कैसे कर सकते हैं। अगर जब आप ग्रैटिट्यूड एवरी सिंगल डे करते हो, तो वो क्या होता है, उससे आपको एक रेफरेंस बिल्ड हो रहा है आपकी लाइफ में, जब जो कि दैट मेक्स यू, दैट टेल्स यू कि लाइफ इज अबंडेंट। ठीक है। तो ऐसे ही कई चीजें हैं दैट यू कैन डू ऑन डेली बेसिस। व्हेन यू डू थिंग्स ऑन डेली बेसिस, इट हेल्प्स यू बिल्ड रेफरेंसेस। एंड कॉन्शियसली हमारे को कैसे रेफरेंसेस बिल्ड कर रहे हैं? एम्पावरिंग। चलो, this is what we have read so far. Today we are diving into reading is feeding your mind. Let me very quickly start sharing the screen so that we can read together. Reading is feeding your mind. You are not even limited to your own personal experiences as references. You can borrow the references of other people. Early in my life, I chose to focus on those who had made it, those who had succeeded and contributed and were impacting people's lives in a major way. I did so by reading biographies of successful people and learned that regardless of their backgrounds or conditions, when they held on to their sense of certainty and consistently contributed, success eventually came. I used their references as my own, forming the core belief that I could truly shape my own destiny. जब हम कहते हैं if they can so can I, what are we doing? We are creating a reference कि अगर वो इंसान मेरी सिचुएशन में होके ये काम कर सकता है तो why can't I? Right? Do you remember my friend Captain Gerald, Gerald Coffey, who was a prisoner of war in Vietnam for over 7 years? A good deal of that time was spent in solitary confinement. One of the things that enabled him to preserve his sanity when the outside world gave him no references for joy was to turn to his own rich internal world. As a child, we had memorized various poems and stories which he repeated to himself to create different environment from the one he had to endure day after day. But don't have to go into solitary confinement to discover the beauty and power of cultivating the bountiful treasure chest of memories and imagined references. How can you find that chest? Explore the wealth of literature, stories, myths, poetry, and music. Read books, view movies and videotapes, listen to audio tapes, go to seminars, talk to people, and get new ideas. All references have power, and you never know which one could change your entire life. The power of reading a great book is that you start thinking like the author. For those magical moments while you are immersed in the forest of Aden, you are William Shakespeare. While you are shipwrecked on Treasure Island, you are Robert Louis Stevenson. While you are commuting with nature at Walden, you are Henry David Thoreau. You start to think like they think, feel like they feel, and use imagination as they would. Their references become your own, and you carry these with you long after you have turned the last page. That is the power of literature, of a good play, of music, and that is why we constantly want to expand our references. I used to believe that going to see a play was waste of time. Why? Because the only plays I had ever attended were poorly acted and their pace was painfully slow. But one day, Becky and I decided to see the musical Les Miserables. I have never seen, read, or heard anything about that moved me so deeply. Since then, I have become addicted to great theater, and each time we go to the New York City, it is priority for us to catch a show. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Wow. How many of you, Albert Einstein is saying this. Imagination is most, क्यों? क्योंकि knowledge तो उनके पास बहुत थी, but he had imagined that he could create a light bulb, and because of which he kept going and going and going. One of the finest beliefs I developed years ago that helped me to enjoy all of my life experiences was the idea that there are no bad experiences. That no matter what I go through in life, whether it is challenging experience or a pleasurable one, every experience provides me something of value if I look for it. If I pull just one idea or one distinction from an experience, then it expands me. Back when I was still in high school and scraping together money anyway I could in order to attend personal development seminars, my friends were amazed that I would go back to some of the same seminars again and again. Often they would ask me, why would you go back to the same program? Inevitably, I would tell them that I understood the power of repetition, and each time I heard something new because I was different. Plus, I knew that hearing something again and again would eventually condition me to use it. That repetition truly is the mother of skills. Every time I reviewed a program, I made additional distinctions or heard ideas that impacted me differently and enabled me to create new references and thus new interpretations, new actions, and new results in my life. Wow, this is so powerful, and the power of repetition is unimaginable. Why is it that you go and read the spiritual scriptures again and again and again? हर बार कोई भी आप बुक पकड़ लो, आप उसको हर बार पढ़ोगे ना, हर बार आपको न्यू इंसाइट्स मिलेंगे. You go to any lecture, you listen to it again and again, you will get new insights from it. You go to a satsang, you listen to that satsang again and again and again, you will keep on getting new insights. Why? Because each time you're going as a new person. आप इवॉल्व हो चुके होते हो जब तक आप नेक्स्ट सेशन को सुनने जाते हो, जो आपके लिए उस सेशन में बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. दैट इज द ओनली थिंग दैट इज गोइंग टू इम्पैक्ट यू. दैट इज ओनली द थिंग दैट इज गोइंग टू कैच योर अटेंशन. और सब कुछ बहुत न्यूट्रल लगने वाला है. Each time you do the repetition of listening to the same lecture again and again, you find some new perspectives. And जब आप new interpretation आपको समझ में आती है, तो obviously as per that interpretation you are going to shift yourself. आप नए किस्म के actions लोगे और आपकी life में new results आएंगे. That's understandable, right? This is so beautiful. And I also highly recommend that repetition is the mother of success. One of my mentors says, money lies in boredom and repetition. Keep repeating the same thing and keep making it better for you to start getting money out of it. Chalo, let's move forward. Use contrast to put your life in perspective. While some references ennoble you and give you a higher vision, others show you a side of life you would rather not experience. But these are the sorts of references that can be used to help you to keep your life in balance. जब ये बात हो रही है ना कीपिंग योर लाइफ इन बैलेंस, डू यू अग्री दैट आपकी लाइफ में जहां गुड होता है वहां साथ साथ शैडो साइड बैड भी आती है? दैट इज हाउ लाइफ कीप्स द बैलेंस. जब दिन होता है तो रात होती है, जब समर होती है तो विंटर भी आती है. दैट इज द लॉ ऑफ नेचर. जब सुबह हुई है, सनराइज हुआ है, तो सन इज गोइंग टू सेट एंड द मून इज गोइंग टू कम आउट. जब आप टनल के अंदर घुसते हो, टनल में अंधेरा हो जाता है, टुवर्ड्स द एंड ऑफ द टनल देन अगेन देयर इज लाइट. हमारे को उसको कैसे यूज करना है इज द पॉइंट. जब दिन होता है, जब सुबह होती है, व्हेन एवरी डे वी आर सीइंग द डे एंड नाइट, the day happens, we do certain kind of activities that are important for us, and when night happens we do certain kind of activities like sleeping, gratitude, meditation, something that is also important for us. अगर सिर्फ सारा दिन रहे तो आप सारा दिन काम नहीं करते रहोगे. And when exactly everything is helping you move. and create balance. सारा दिन काम करते रहोगे तो that will deplete your energy. उसके लिए आपको रेस्ट बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है, इसलिए रात हो जाती है कि अब आप रेस्ट करो, and that is how the balance is created. Let's understand what does Tony Robbins want to share in this. I just had a vague idea कि अच्छा हाँ ये भी बहुत powerful thing है कि yes balance is important, and I have heard in one of the sessions of my mentors कि जहां जहां पॉजिटिव होता है, जहां भी कुछ भी होता है, उसके साथ एक शैडो साइड चलती ही चलती है. When so have you seen कि how actors when they become very popular, very this thing that anybody आप यूट्यूबर्स, इंस्टाग्रामर्स, इन्फ्लुएंसर्स को देख लो, एंड सो इज इट ऑल रोजी? नहीं ना, उनको ट्रोलिंग करने वाले भी उतने ही लोग आते हैं. when you are nowhere to know, you don't know who loves you, who does not love you, but when you become too popular, it brings you the shadow side of it कि आपके पास 10,000 अगर lovers हैं तो you will have 2 3 4 5 7 people who hate you. That is how the balance is created. Let's understand what does Tony Robbins want to share with us. They provide a new level of contrast. No matter how bad you think things are in your life, it's good to remember that someone else has it worse. At my 9-day mastery program, I invariably take a portion of one day to bring in people who have been through physical or emotional hell and have come out on top. The W. McHales of the world and my good friend Meek Davis, who, in his drunken youth, decided to jump off a bridge but did not realize the water was not about 2 feet deep. He instantly became paralyzed from the neck down. These people begin to share from their hearts how great life is, how happy they are to be alive, how much they have been able to accomplish. Or I bring in my good friend Dax, who was trapped in the fire and had his entire body burnt and was blinded. Later, in spite of all these challenges, he became a practicing attorney. The theme for the day is to establish a simple, profound belief: I have no problems. In contrast with the brave individuals who share their stories, everyone else in the room knows they have no challenges whatsoever. Suddenly, the problems they are having with their spouse, their children's grades, the loss of a business, or their failure to achieve goals are immediately put into perspective. We can also use new references to motivate ourselves if we start becoming complacent. While it is true that no matter how bad things are for you, someone else is going through something worse, it's also true that no matter how well things are going for you, someone else is doing better, even better. Just when you think your skill has reached the highest level, you find there is someone else who has achieved even greater heights. And that's one of the beauties of life. It drives us to constantly expand and grow. This is a very beautiful thing. And आज ही हम लोग पढ़ रहे थे, एक बुक है वोटेक्स. वोटेक्स के अंदर लिखा हुआ था, फर्स्ट फ्यू पेजेस के अंदर ही ये बात आ गई थी कि वेयर देयर इज कंट्रास्ट देयर इज एक्सपेंशन. जहां जहां हमारे को लाइफ में ऐसे लगता है ना कि यहाँ पे ये कुछ तो प्रॉब्लम हो गई है, आई एम स्टक, आई एम दिस, आई एम दैट, दैट इज द एग्जैक्ट प्लेस ऑफ एक्सपेंशन. एंड यू लिव कंट्रास्ट. जब कंट्रास्ट आता है आपकी लाइफ में, दैट ब्रिंग्स अ वैरायटी है ना आपके सामने, एंड देन यू आर एबल टू चूज न्यू चॉइसेस, एंड दोज न्यू चॉइसेस विल डिसाइड कि आप क्या चॉइस करके आपकी क्या लाइफ बनती है. एंड देन अगेन another contrast will come and the cycle keeps on moving. But this is very beautiful point wherein this is saying, and that is the beauties of life. It drives us to constantly expand and grow. जब भी कंट्रास्ट आता है हमारी लाइफ में, जब जब हम देखते हैं कि यार, और टू बी ऑनेस्ट, व्हेन यू रीच टू अ माउंटेन पीक, You will see another mountain peak in front of you. जब जब आप जिस level पे भी पहुंच जाओगे, you will have another level to reach. And that is how life is. The power of having new references to raise our standards for ourselves is immense. Whether it's studying the techniques, teachings of great spiritual leaders who, in spite of abuse by others, continues to give love, or seeing those who have succeeded financially and noticing what's truly possible. I will never forget the first time I met architect and hotel magnate Chris Hampton. Becky and I had the privilege of being among the first people to be invited to visit Chris's new home along with his family in Hawaii, a $70 million residence that is beyond verbal description. The front door alone cost $1 million to create. While your rules may say that's an incredible waste of money, it was also an unbelievably expanding experience of what is possible in terms of business or economic growth. Suddenly, my $4 million castle was put in perspective. It barely covered the cost of his front door and marble stairways. Certainly, there was room in my life for thinking bigger, pushing limits, imagining the unimaginable. The best part of meeting Chris and his wife, Patsy, was discovering that they were incredibly warm people, that they used their wealth to create an environment that truly inspired them. Using contrasting references is one of the most powerful ways then to change our perceptions and our feelings. If I ever start to lose perspective because I feel like I'm working too hard, I think about a man who attended one of my seminars years ago. He was a warm and gentle soul who unfortunately ended up in the wrong place at the wrong time. One day, shy of his 45th birthday, he pulled into a gas station where there were two men who had just that day been released from prison. From their brief episode of freedom, these men had decided that they weren't comfortable with life on the outside, and they hit upon a plan to get back into prison. They would kill the very next person who drove into the gas station. It didn't matter who it was, what their age was, male or female, they would just kill the next human. When this man drove up, got out of his car to fill his tank, they attacked and brutally beat him to death. Now, do you think you have a problem? He left behind a wife and 4 small children. I was devastated by the story. I could not believe it. How do you come out with a positive meaning from an experience that seems to have none? I could not even imagine this happening to a member of my family and what it would do to me. I kept asking myself what I could do to help. I immediately called his widow and offered to help her in any way I could. My primary goal was to make sure that she was trying to find some form of empowering meaning for herself and her children from this experience. It would have been too easy to use this as a reference to back up a belief that life is not worth living, that humankind is evil and destructive, that you can do everything right and still be mowed down into a blade of grass. So why even try? I communicated to this woman the importance of a children's sake of somehow finding in this experience a shred of meaning to empower them at some level. When I asked her what this experience could mean, she expressed how deep her pain was. But more important, the one thing about this experience that was positive was that when the story was made known in the newspaper, an unbelievable amount of love, support, and caring poured forth. She received literally hundreds of letters and offers to support from people in the community, people from all walks of life. She said, I realized that if I believed that people were destructive or that this meant that life was unfair, I would destroy myself and my children. So while it's unbelievably painful right now, I know that this must have happened for a reason. I don't have the way to back it up. It is just my faith. The woman found the courage to use faith as the ultimate reference. Her willingness to trust that there must be a reason, even if she is not aware of it, freed her from the most painful experience of her life and empowered her. What a powerful woman. How lucky these children are, she told them. Kids, I want you to notice all these people and how much love they are giving. People are really good. There are few in the world who are bad and they need to be helped. But your daddy always believed in God and now he has gone to a better place. He had things to do while he was here and his time was up. But our time is not up and we have to take advantage of it while we are here. We have to use your father's death to remind us that every day we have to live life to the fullest. Wow. And we can't think about losing him because he will always be with us. Oh my God, this is such a hearty story. And if somebody could find a meaning that is empowering in this situation, I think any one of us can do. It is only with the heart that one can see rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eyes. Could it be possible that what seems like the worst day in our lives are actually the most powerful in terms of the lessons we can choose to learn from them? Think about one of the worst experiences that has ever happened to you. As you look back upon it now, can you think of any way in which it had some kind of positive impact in your life? Maybe you were fired or mugged or involved in a car accident. But out of that experience, you gained a new resolve and a new awareness that caused you to grow as a person and measurably increase your ability to contribute. I realize that some situations may be more challenging than others to find something good about. But by this point in the book, you are no longer a novice. You have been stretching your imagination and flexing your muscles to empowerment. You have learned how to manage your state and direct your focus by asking better questions. If you're abused as a child, maybe it made you a more sensitive person towards children and caused you to make the decision to break that generational chain of abuse. If you grew up in a very restrictive environment, perhaps it drove you to fight for the freedom of others. If you felt that you never were loved enough, you may now be a major giver. Or maybe just that horrible event caused you to make a new decision to change the direction of your life and therefore your destiny. Perhaps your worst days have really been the best. You may protest, no, Tony, there are some things in my past that have no purpose. I will never get over them. I will always have pain. You are absolutely right. As long as you hold on to the belief that you have been taken advantage of or that you are lost you have lost something that can never be returned, you will indeed always have that pain. Just remember, loss of imaginary, nothing ever disappears in the universe. It only changes form. If there is something that still wounds you, it's because of the meaning that you have linked to it. Maybe what you need to do to have faith and say, even though I don't know why this has happened, I'm willing to trust. Someday, when the time is right, I will understand. Limited references create a limited life. If you want to expand your life, you must expand your references by pursuing ideas and experiences that would not be a part of your life if you did not consciously seek them out. Remember, rarely does a good idea interrupt you. You must actively seek it. Empowering ideas and experiences must be pursued. That's it. Tomorrow night. On Monday, we will be moving into the universe of ideas and experiences. But before we go from here tonight, let me stop the screen sharing. Yes, before we go from here tonight, what I want you to reflect on is, पहले तो let's understand कि आज हमने पढ़ा क्या है. जो हमने पढ़ा है ना, that is reading जो होती है, that nourishes your mind. Just like food nourishes your body, वैसे ही reading जो होती है, it nourishes your mind. Every book, every article, every kind of read that you're doing, even though you consume because of the become whatever you consume through reading becomes a reference shaping you who you are. Then he talked about contrast. है ना? Use contrast to put your life in perspective. Sometimes we exaggerate our problems. Contrast, मतलब looking at someone who overcame worse or a different viewpoint resets our perspectives and help us to see strength, gratitude, possibilities, right? और रेफरेंसेस हमारे को पता है कि रेफरेंसेस क्या होते हैं. रेफरेंसेस होते हैं एक्सपीरियंसेस, स्टोरीज, रोल मॉडल्स, इवन इमेजिनेशन दैट फॉर्म्स द leg of the table supporting our belief. ठीक है. So now what I want you to understand is कि एक और बात जो हमारे को समझनी है कि जो beliefs होते हैं they are not fixed. हम लोग उनको they are flexible structures that are built on the references we choose. है ना? और जो हमारे रेफरेंसेस हैं वो हमारे को कॉन्शियसली चूज करने हैं, हमारी बुक्स के थ्रू, हमारे मेंटर्स के थ्रू, हमारे कम्युनिटीज के थ्रू, हमारी स्मॉल डेली विंस के थ्रू, जो मर्जी करना पड़े. एवरी सिंगल डे व्हेन यू डू समथिंग टू बिल्ड एम्पावरिंग रेफरेंसेस, इट हेल्प्स यू इन लाइफ. एक अगर एग्जाम्पल के रूप में लिखा जाए, ठीक है, जस्ट लाइक अगर जैसे हम जंक फूड जब खाते हैं, इट हार्म्स अवर बॉडी. जब हम नेगेटिव मीडिया, न्यूज कंज्यूम करते हैं, तो क्या होता है, इट बिल्ड्स डिसएम्पावरिंग रेफरेंसेस. इसके जगह अगर हम इंस्पायरिंग स्टोरीज ऑफ द सक्सेसफुल पीपल पढ़ते हैं, बायोग्राफीज पढ़ते हैं, सेल्फ हेल्प बुक्स पढ़ते हैं, स्पिरिचुअल टेक्स्ट पढ़ते हैं, तो वो हमारा माइंड को फीड करता है विद पावरफुल रेफरेंसेस. ठीक है. अगर आप होम मेकर हो और अगर आपको लगता है, यू फील ओवरवेल्म्ड कि आपका रूटीन इतना इतना हेक्टिक है, ठीक है, एंड आप कंपेयर करते हो. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आई वाज टोल्ड बाय मल्टीपल पीपल, करिश्मा 3 बच्चे, आज की डेट में 3 बच्चे कौन करता है? आई वॉन्ट यू टू नो, you can compare, you can contrast it with someone who has 3 kids and she's raising them as a single parent in poverty. All of a sudden वो challenge manageable लगना शुरू हो जाएगा. And in fact, to be honest, I never felt that was a challenge for me because I was always so thankful कि हाय राम, कई लोगों को तो बच्चे होते ही नहीं हैं. They keep going through one procedure after the another. They keep praying for having a child, and I am blessed to have three. And that was in itself a very big gratitude for me. And that always helped me manage things so easily. Reference building कैसे होती है? Reference building होती है if there is a woman who is afraid of public speaking, and she starts by speaking to her children's class. और पहले तो सबसे पहला फर्स्ट स्टेप होगा कि अपने ही घर में उनको बोलना शुरू कर देंगी. एंड देन व्हेन शी मीट्स हर किड्स फ्रेंड्स, शी स्टार्ट टॉकिंग टू देम, or she gets an opportunity to talk in the students class, kids class. She goes there and she starts talking to them. Then she goes for a community meeting and she talks there. Then what will happen? She can record her videos and she can launch herself, her courses and everything. This is one of the biggest roadblocks for the people who are turning into coaches. They feel that they are camera conscious. उनसे नहीं होता कि यार मैं कैसे ऐसे शो अप करूंगी, मैं क्या, व्हाट इफ आई फंबल, व्हाट इफ आई व्हाटएवर, व्हाट विल पीपल से, व्हाट इफ आई डोंट नो द रियल कंसेप्ट एंड एक्स वाई जेड. व्हेन यू स्टार्ट स्मॉल, आप धीरे धीरे छोटे छोटे रेफरेंसेस इकट्ठे करते जाते हो, and then you have bigger references. One reference stacking upon the other builds confidence in you, and then it tells you that yes, you can do it. What I would love for you to reflect on is, what have I been feeding in my mind lately? Are my daily inputs, जो मैं बुक्स पढ़ रही हूँ, जो मैं कन्वर्सेशंस कर रही हूँ, जो मैं यूट्यूब देख रही हूँ, जो मैं इंस्टाग्राम पे स्क्रोलिंग कर रही हूँ या कर रहा हूँ, is it giving me empowering references or limiting ones? If it is giving you limiting ones, you can shift them any day. If it is giving you empowering references, amazing. Oh my God, I all of a sudden have started feeling sleepy. All right. Also, what I would love for you to do is write down 3 moments in your life when you succeeded in something, whether it is big or small, जो मर्जी हो, जहां पर 3 moments in your life when you succeeded लिखते हो. ठीक है, वो लिखो. And then आप, चलो, let's pause it here and let's do it right now. ठीक है, let's write the 3 moments in your life when you succeeded in something. Do it right. Once you have written, I would love for you to write how these are references for your strength, your courage, or your growth. ये आपकी स्ट्रेंथ के लिए, आपके करेज के लिए, आपकी ग्रोथ के लिए कैसे एक रेफरेंस है. So, for example, one of the moments in life when I succeeded was when I started driving. I was very scared of driving. इतना ट्रैफिक है दिल्ली में कि it was something very scary for me. When I started driving, what was the reference that I got? The reference for my strength or my courage was, if I can drive, I can do actually anything. इनफैक्ट मेरे को स्विमिंग से बहुत डर लगता था. व्हेन माय एल्डेस्ट डॉटर वेंट टू फर्स्ट स्टैंडर्ड, आई टुक हर टू स्विमिंग एंड आई वाज सो स्केयर्ड ऑफ वाटर. आई एम सो स्केयर्ड ऑफ वाटर that I never opted to learn swimming. But when I was sending her, I thought that this is a good opportunity. Let me also start, learning. Let me also learn swimming. And that also is one of the wins. I feel, oh my God. wherein I feel that I overcame one of my limiting beliefs, and that I count as a success for me. And when I learned that, I understood that it is, as much as it is a willpower, it is the courage to take the action and sticking by it that gives you growth, right? I'm looking forward to read what had you, what is your win, big win, and how are you going to make it as a reference for your strength, for your courage, for your growth, anything. And I believe ki how can I use that? If I could swim while having fear of drowning in the water, oh my God. I still remember when I started swimming, I would not even open my eyes to see what is happening in the water. I would bump into people while, when you go for a coaching, there are 7, 10, 15, 20 people who are also being trained on it. And I would bump into people and they would be like, "Aankhe, madam, aankhe khol ke swimming karo." And I used to be so scared कि मैं तो डूब ही जाऊंगी इसलिए I would not even open my eyes. I would squeeze them even tighter and would just move my hands that I reach the end. That's it. And but yes, that taught me that feel the fear and do it anyway. Feel the fear and do it anyway. जहां पर भी डर लग रहा है, feel it, but keep taking action. डर लगता था कि डूब जाऊंगी उससे जल्दी जल्दी आता होते थे, जल्दी पहुंचू एंड पे. Likewise, if I'm feeling fearful anywhere in my life, I can take a reference of that कि वहां पे भी डर लगता था और मैं और जल्दी जल्दी swim करके पहुंच जाती थी towards the end of this lap कि कहीं डूब ना जाऊं जल्दी जल्दी. तो yes, that can be used wherever I feel fearful in the future. Okay? I would love to for you to reflect on where can you use your references and how can they be empowering for you. That's it for today. Take good care of yourself. God bless you. Lots and lots and lots of love and blessings from my end. Bye bye. See you on Monday now. Mwah. Love you.